Hey there, and welcome to Pixel Sift, I guess. It's Pixel Sift / Redcoin.
Yes,
I guess.
Well, I hope it's Pixel Sift, as my manager has to be called.
Yeah.
It's Pixel Sift X Redcoin.
Cross Redcoin.
Cross Redcoin, as
Yeah.
all cool gaming crossovers.
Exactly.
Yeah, so get your fan fiction fingers going.
Yeah, like Armani.
This is close to the Avengers we're ever going to get.
Or Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem,
Exactly.
which is coming out.
I don't know what you're saying.
Nintendo.
What about the Pokemon one as well? The Dynasty Warriors / Pokemon game. Wasn't there a Pokemon game that was like some weird spin?
No, I think you're talking maybe Zelda that was Hyrule Warriors. That
There was that one as well.
Yes.
That wasn't X anything.
No.
Anyway, this Adam runs a Nintendo podcast where all they do is talk about Nintendo.
Yes, so it's called Redcoin, the Nintendo podcast, for people who want to look us up and subscribe. And basically it comes from 4 guys who just have a sheer love of Nintendo products, and we talk everything. We talk 3DS, we talk Switch. There's a lot of Pokemon talk as well. We talked a little bit about the competitive scene, and we're obviously really excited about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which came out yesterday for Nintendo Switch.
So you've been playing it all night. You're really good at it now.
Pretty much. Well, it's Mario Kart 8 with a new sort of flavour to it. In terms of
Mario Kart 8 with a new hat.
Pretty much. It's exactly like
Malibu Stacy.
And it is exactly like Malibu Stacy, and we've gone crazy over it.
Yeah.
But in terms of what's different, guys, I kind of want to show you what is different is that they've really looked at the game from the ground up, and they've added a lot to it. And I think the most notable addition is that of battle mode. So I'm going to show you it on the help screen here. This is new as well. They kind of got a bit of a help screen to kind of show you the ins and outs of Mario Kart 8.
I need the help.
So
yes.
Battle mode wasn't in the previous version at all? Or?
It was, but the idea of what battle mode was a pale mode in comparison. So basically, it used existing tracks and said people race on these tracks, but then try and hit people. It was very confusing, and no one really played it.
Yeah.
And so it was a glaring sort of omission in Mario Kart 8, because we had battle mode in Mario Kart 7. And battle mode has been a favourite of the franchise for a long time. So it's back, and it's back bigger than ever, I think, because we've got Balloon Battle, which is the old crowd favourite.
Yeah, the standard.
And then we've got new modes like Renegade Roundup. So that's kind of, it splits people up into teams, and the authorities win if they capture all the renegades. The renegades win if at least one of their races has avoided capture, and they can free people by stepping on these switches.
So it's kind of almost like a Cops and Robbers style.
Awesome. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then Bob-omb Blast is one that's come back from, I think, the GameCube era, where people only receive Bob-ombs and people blast them and try and get as many points as possible.
Yeah.
Very appropriately named.
Yes, very appropriately named. It's a blast playing it too. Coin Runners is another one that's come back. I think it's from Mario Kart 7 as well, where people try and get as many coins in the time limit as possible. If you hit your rival with items, they drop coins. And then Shine Thief is one that's come back from GameCube, where you steal the shine and you've got to keep it away as much as you can because the shine's going to decrease in time, but also while you carry the shine, it slows you down. So that's battle mode in kind of,
a brief overview.
In a brief overview.
Yeah.
In terms of items, you've got your standard favourites and a few new ones. So the feather is a new one. That was not in Mario Kart 8, the regular version. It allows you to do a high jump, avoid bananas or shells, hit a rival in midair during certain battle modes to steal a balloon. And the crowd favourite...
Is that only available in battle mode, or can you play that in the normal game as well?
My understanding is that it's available in both modes, but in battle mode.
So is it blue shell avoidance technique #1?
No, this is blue shell avoidance technique #1.
Super Horn.
The Super Horn is pretty much the only way you can avoid a blue shell, and it's been a welcome addition in my view as someone who spends a lot of time in it first.
Okay.
All right.
And also, this was not in Mario Kart 8. Boo is back. So the ability to steal items, and be invisible temporarily has come back.
What's the 8? I don't know what that is.
So this is the crazy 8, and what that is 8 items will orbit your vehicle, and you press L to use the one closest to the front at that moment.
Nice.
So you'll have things like the star.
So will it deploy it?
Yes, it will deploy it.
Nice.
You've got to be careful using the crazy 8 sometimes, because if you deploy the wrong item at the wrong time, it might backfire on you.
So if you're in first and you deploy a blue shell, will it get you? Will it turn around? And
you won't.
bite you?
The blue shell is not one of the 8 items.
Okay,
So it's
alright.
always the same 8 items that orbit the vehicle.
Okay.
But you'll
It's
get
like
things like the
bananas and
star.
mushrooms
No,
and-
but you'll also get things like the star and maybe the lightning as well. So
Okay.
in terms of the Crazy 8, it's really for those people that are in more back of the pack. If you're in
Right.
first, you're not getting the Crazy 8
Yeah.
item.
All right. So what should we start off with?
Good question. I think let's start off with some tracks.
Okay.
So I will show you. And so basically, in terms of control methods
Nice.
today as well, we've got the lovely Switch Pro controller, and we've got the Joy-Con left and the Joy-Con right.
Yep.
So I will show you guys. Let's try a verse race just between us. And so
Oh my God.
here's what the game starts with. The game starts with all the characters unlocked. So if you played Mario Kart 8 and you don't want to go through the rigmarole of unlocking all the characters, you don't have to.
You know, I've never really requested Isabelle as a character in.
Yes. Well, because of the Animal Crossing track, they've included some Animal Crossing
Nice.
characters.
And the squids. The squids, the
Yes,
Inklings.
so this
I
is
love
new
that.
as well. We've got Inkling Boy and Inkling Girl, and we've also got King Boo is back,
What a joke.
but he's great. I like him. But my favourite, I cannot go past a good old Yoshi, but you can pick your colour.
Ah.
That was something they included in the DLC for Mario Kart 8, and it's back in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And you can also pick your colour Shy Guy
Nice.
as well. So there's such a variety. There are also special amiibo suits that you can unlock
Yep.
for your Mii character. So if you are partial to playing as yourself, that is also an option.
All right, so I am. So we'll say who's who.
Oh,
so,
Zelda bike.
Yes, so I'm Yoshi. I'm in player 1.
all right, I'm Drybones. I'm player 2.
And I'm the Koopa Trooper.
Great. And so in terms of the carts that start with the game, like it starts with a pre-random sort of assortment.
Mercedes.
So-
What?
I'm going to
Yes.
use the Mercedes GLA.
Yeah, so there is a Mercedes 300 SL Roadster. This was also in a free DLC
Did that ever make
item.
it to
Yes.
Mario Kart 8. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So it was a free item for people for Mario Kart 8, and they've carried it over here, which is great. It's one of my favourites.
All right,
And so
GLA,
there's
why
also
not?
a Splatoon car as well. So there's new cars, the Splat Buggy, and if you press plus or minus on your controller, it will tell you
yes,
the statistics.
All right, well, you know, statistics doesn't matter. You just have to look baller.
Um, and
the
so
Mercedes
also
is pretty much like right in the...
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go Mercedes.
Also, what as well is they've introduced smart steering. So if you aren't a seasoned Mario Kart player, you can have smart steering, and that will allow you, basically, it will avoid, you cannot fall off the edge with smart steering.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It will keep you to the center of the thing.
So
Okay.
basically, it
I
takes
would
all
like
the
that.
fun out of
I would
Rainbow
like that
Road.
not
Pretty
on.
much.
I-
Yeah, that is off for you
Okay,
guys by
alright.
default. I'd
Okay.
make sure.
Yep.
And then there's auto accelerate as well.
Okay.
But well, I think we're ready. I
Would
think
like
we're
that
good to
not on as
go.
well.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
also off.
okay.
I think we'll start at 100cc.
Let's go 150.
You want to go 150?
Let's go 150.
Should we ramp it up?
Sure, why
Let's
not?
ramp it up. Let's go 150. All right, no teams, normal items, normal CPU, all vehicles. Of course, choose 4 races. Okay,
Nice.
so in terms
Love
of the
it.
tracks, Mario Kart 8 started with these for these 8 cups right here to the
Yep.
left of the screen.
Uh-huh.
And then in DLC Pack 1, introduced these 8 new tracks, and then in DLC Pack 2, introduced these 8 new tracks. So you don't have to pay for the DLC with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because it is the Deluxe version. It comes with everything included. So there's a few old favourites there. There's also F-Zero tracks that have been put
Zero
in,
track.
like Big Blue and
Baby
Mute
Park.
City.
All right.
And Baby Park is a crowd favourite. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. I think we'll start with Gianni.
What is the Zelda-y one looking?
Let's start with the Zelda one. That's a crowd favourite. Hyrule Circuit is the
Nice.
last track in that.
Yeah.
Let's start
Give
off
it a
with
go.
that.
Okay,
All right.
let's roll.
So in this track, coins are replaced by rupees,
Cool.
in keeping with the Zelda theme.
Yep.
Mhm.
And you'll find that there are Zelda music cues as well. So
Yep.
um,
Oh, nice.
it is very much
Let's throw down.
Hyrule in Mario Kart.
Ridiculous
The
driving.
GLA. Aha!
Oh shit, looking at the wrong screen. Off to a
Very
good start.
important. The right screen is
God.
very important. So the great thing about this being on Nintendo Switch as well is that you can play it on the go, split screen. and you can do it 4-player split screen even.
Oh god. Oh yeah. Okay, I get it. Yep.
Yeah.
It flies. Got it.
Yes, you fly up. It's quite a small device though. So we were playing tabletop yesterday, a few of my friends and I, and it was quite.
Oh, that's
yeah. So the sword unlocks if you hit the 3 blocks.
Go dry bones.
And we were saying that the Switch was quite small to play tabletop mode, but it was a lot of fun. So if you don't,
do you think it's more like you're in an airplane and you're sitting next to someone? That'd be probably like the ideal.
That would be ideal. Or if you're even at home playing on the tabletop and you maybe don't have a dock, that would be the best way to do it. I really do think it's not the most optimal version of it though, but you can have enough fun with it that people would be keen to do it. As you can see, I'm in first right now, and I'm probably not going to leave it.
No!
I feel like my controller hasn't calibrated correctly because I've got a real strong left drift in my...
okay.
So...
That's all right. We'll have a look at that.
Like nonsense.
No, it's not nonsense. Look, so I'm just like pulling to the left constantly.
Oh, what?
Look, hands off the controller, just going left. No, it's just straight ahead. Look, pulling left, pulling left, pulling left.
It's one of those things where you can show everyone, and then the minute it happens, it just stops happening.
His own head.
Well, we'll reset it in the next race. The thing about the Switch as well that I have to give Nintendo a lot of credit for is that it's very easy to swap in and out with controllers. It's probably the easiest it's ever been.
I remember what it was like on the Wii. That was
it was incredibly frustrating having to sit there with the sync button.
I mean, Nintendo's been criticised in the past because it doesn't. Sometimes feel like they don't listen to the consumer sentiment and even the trends of gaming.
Yes.
Do you think they're coming closer to this ideal now, or are they?
Well, it seems like they're kind of going against the grain a little bit with like a very different console. I mean, it's very different to what everyone else is throwing down.
Yes,
and it seems to be working out for them. So
I think what they've been able to really be successful with is Nintendo are really listening to consumers. Like, I think they've looked at user interface issues. They've looked at issues that people have had with their consoles in the past, and they've said, okay, let's really give a stripped down version. Let's not focus too much on the me stuff and have it be in your face when you start up the console. The Nintendo Switch UI is a very clean interface. Okay.
I'm trying to prove that it's dragging me to the left, but it's just not doing it now.
I do believe you, but like I said, we can reset it after you finish. Try and finish in 11th.
No. I'm trying. I'm not usually terrible at Mario Kart.
The wrong wheels, Johnny.
Press it. Press the thing. That might help. The bullet bill is a great item, but it's the shame of finishing last with the bullet bill.
I remember my friend, he would tank it, go to 12th, get bullet bill, and then race to first, and then use it.
So what we can do here is this is the Switch interface. We can really just
show that off.
Yeah,
real quick.
Yeah, change grip order. If I do this, so let me just make sure that I press. Yep, and then you press. Will you play too? Yeah, and press.
All right, leave it.
There we go.
Nice.
And it's press A when you're ready, and you're good to go.
You know, I really didn't think this was going to be good. Like,
yeah, you thought it'd be quite small.
I thought it would be I know I would prefer a bigger controller.
Yeah, I definitely recommend.
Yeah, but this is not a problem.
Yeah,
yeah.
I should have brought the Joy-Con grip as well, because what that allows is that will connect, and that will connect, and it'll be more of like.
But wouldn't that bring our controllers down to 2?
Yeah, it would in that instance. So,
but this is all right.
Yeah,
this is actually quite novel. I like it.
Well, this is the one thing is like if you. I remember, when I was a kid, you had to go and get a second controller if you wanted to play these things. And this one has got 2 controllers built in by default. So all you need is Mario Kart and you can automatically play with 2 people.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good
Nintendo's
option.
Been pretty good about that, usually. Because I remember in the Nintendo DS, and that wasn't that long ago. But
yes. Back in the old days of the Nintendo DS.
You can just play with one copy of the game with 2 consoles. That's awesome. Love it.
And that's what's really good as well. I'm not sure if you can play with 2 Switches at once and have it be one copy of the Switch. I'm fairly sure you can't this time. I don't believe they have anything
this is like,
of that deal. This is Mount Wario. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game.
Oh, Jesus.
This is not. You're going down a mountain and it's a 3-part track.
This is awesome.
So no area repeats.
So it's not
really
no laps.
So it's like a point to point.
It's just point to point. Yeah,
nice.
3 points to point. So
This is great fun.
Oh, but you don't. There isn't that huge delay now if you fall off the edge.
yes, as well, that's been something they put into Mario Kart 8 and has been quite a welcome change.
Get out of here, Birdo. What are you doing?
People, notably on the Mario Kart 64 version of the game, if you fell, you would very much...
You're out of it.
You're out of it. Whereas here, it's not something that's
But
prohibited.
this is the thing I think that Mario Kart has done.
I hit myself with my own green shell.
In comparison to
Cut that out.
other games, is that have that catch-up mechanic that a lot of other games don't have. You know.
Yes.
Like
I
rubber
compare this
banding,
to, like I played a lot
what is
of
this?
Sparrow racing in Destiny,
Yes.
which is a similar sort of like sandboxy sort of racing game. But in that, there was just no capture mechanics. If you made a mistake, that was it. So
Yes.
by the end of it, you were just like so frustrated if you didn't hit every single thing perfectly.
Can you...
And the pathing was really bad
Yes.
as well. So you'd clip on whatever, and and that'd be it. Game
Yes.
over.
What?
I do remember that, and I did play that, and I had similar frustrations with you. I believe the rubber banding, if you will, has been a frustration of this franchise in the past, but I think in Mario Kart 8, and obviously Deluxe as well, it's the fairest it's ever been. I think good players, more often than not, will win. In those more closer contests, where you are all good, it can come down to items, and there obviously is a bit of luck, but that's what Mario Kart is. No one is expecting it to be the most competitive game on the earth, but we make it into the most competitive game because it is so fun.
That's mature. Squid. Oh, wow.
Yes, the squid is a crowd favourite.
Die, Bowser! Ow!
I think the Mercedes was not a good choice.
I like my Mercedes.
Well, you've got monster truck wheels, and you're not really vibing it. So it's interesting. And here's what I really appreciate as well. It's like, rather than have just a car associated with a character and have the cars be associated with, and have that not be the case.
Yeah.
It allows for people to sort of figure out what works for them.
Mm-hmm.
And the characters still have an effect on the car in terms of how it's handled and everything and the stats. Another good track that I think is a crowd favourite is Cloud Top Cruise. So we'll do that one.
Well, I loved in the original DS version of Mario Kart. I think it was like maybe 8, maybe 5.
Yes.
Dry Bones had a tank, and that was baller.
Yes, he did. Yes, I remember that. I was a massive fan of that tank in particular because it was good enough to snake with. Snaking was a popular mechanic on Mario Kart DS, which they've now removed. And speaking of those more advanced techniques that have been removed from Mario Kart 8 but are
what is this?
And not in Deluxe, fire hopping, which is something that
what is fire hopping?
Fire hopping is a very advanced technique that people use, which allow people to sort of skip parts of the track. I've been unable to do it. Basically, fire hopping has been removed in this game anyway. In terms of a new advanced technique, they've got 3 levels of drift now as opposed to 2. So if you're able to get your drift on enough to where pink sparks will come out of your track, you'll get what's termed as an ultra boost.
Sometimes though, it's just a timing and opportunity thing. If you're leaving that bit longer, then you're just slightly losing a little bit of control in the drift.
Yes.
So
yes, it's very tough. Drifting is not as it's not the days of Mario Kart DS where it was incredibly easy to drift.
It's so easy to drift.
Yeah, that's where snaking really.
I remember playing online, and
if you didn't snake, you were in trouble.
Yeah, and it would be like 3 seconds, and that was it.
But look how far the series has come from Mario Kart DS, which was the first to really have online capabilities, and it couldn't allow, there were certain tracks that were just unable to be played online, like Waluigi Pinball just was not allowed to be played online. It's a great map.
I refuse to get killed by Bullet Bill again. Please don't. So just lightning?
You can avoid it.
Can you avoid it?
You can. I mean, that's
you can
really
get out of the way.
It tells you if it alerts you that something's
Stop with the lightning. That is the worst. Wow, I'm falling.
But I just think as well, this is such a beautiful map, and it's such an upgrade. Even playing on the Switch gamepad as opposed to the Wii U gamepad, The Wii U gamepad looked like it kind of had Vaseline rubbed on it. It was just not appealing to play.
I might have to jump out for a second because my telephone is going off. So
No worries.
I'm coming last anyway, so it
Just
doesn't
not
really matter.
committed to
Well,
the stream.
you weren't fully last. There were 12 places.
God, it's worse.
But you are now fully last.
Professionalism.
But the good thing is, if he is in 12, I believe we do not have to wait for him to finish. As opposed to Mario Kart 64, when you did have to wait for that last player to finish. You know,
just want to get
embarrassing display.
1,000.
What I might do now is just grab Gianni's control.
And see how many places you can make up.
Yes.
I like it.
And
Oh, that's my bad.
yeah, that's all right. Now we see the bullet bill because everyone else has finished.
The game wants him to finish.
Pretty much. And I've just gone into a lightning now.
So these two buttons on the side here, these.
I am seeing what he's talking about. There is this.
Is it pulling?
It is pulling.
Oh, okay.
I do. Yeah, it's pulling to the left, which is really weird. Gianni, I do see what you're talking about with the pulling left thing.
It's a strong left drift.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
No, it's not. Maybe put it back in the Switch and put it back out and see if that does anything. Pull it back out. Press A. Elena. Now, I hope I'm not getting a issue with that controller. But
That'd be disappointing.
That would be very disappointing, but we'll see on that.
Can we go back and change our cars as well? Because I feel like this one's not.
You don't like the monster truck.
Well,
No.
we've got one more race on this one, so let's
Right.
just keep it, and then we'll...
All right, let's do
all right.
TikTok clock.
TikTok clock. Good.
Love
Speaking of DS, a great DS favourite.
I actually think that the DS Mario Kart was probably one of the best.
Yeah,
I do
I think
agree.
it's one of those.
the DS version, not the 3DS version.
I love the
3DS version was good too. No, the 3DS version was good too, but like it
I
was
believe
just
the DS and 3DS versions were both stronger than the Wii. I think the Wii had the least strongest tracks of the new one. Yeah, it is very much pulling you to the left.
Still do this. Oh, it's not entirely the same. Okay.
Well, Adam, we'll see how good you are at Mario Kart. I'll switch controllers with you. He says.
I will. Yeah, let's switch controls. I'm happy to give you the Pro controller. I will switch.
I wonder if it's still possible to drift around this entire bit.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
see, I
Probably
can't.
not.
I can't even accelerate it for speed because if I do that, then I'll be. What the? Give me a good item. A banana. This feels very different, even though it's recognisable. It's really,
Yes. Well, they've really updated a lot of graphics. And another thing too,
Oh no!
you're allowed to have wireless play. So if you had a Switch and I had a Switch, we could connect up to, I believe, 8 players.
Really?
Yes, and all play wirelessly. No need for the internet. So
I think that's one of the big things when they did the actual announcement trailer was they were showing off Splatoon as an esport.
yes,
And
they were.
LAN play is very important for esports. No one wants to play over the internet, and quite often, if you're playing professionally, they will build specific builds for games like League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm or whatever, which supports LAN
Fine,
play.
boo. Take the
because
green shell.
When you're at that level, people need every second, every microsecond.
No, totally. And I think what's been really good in this game is that I do believe the lag has really been decreased. And I have a friend of mine who has played over 250 hours of Mario Kart 8, and immediately when he downloaded it on Thursday night at 10 o'clock, he was like, no, there is less lag to this online. And so they've definitely done a lot on their server side to make it better in terms of the architecture.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, Nintendo at the moment with their online service, they haven't launched it.
Oh,
so
you totally cannot do it.
Free to play online, which you can do. And
Do you think? I mean, have they said that they're going to be bringing in more of an account style?
they will later this year, and then it will no longer be free.
Oh,
But in the
shit.
meantime, you're able to
Just play online.
Play online.
And it just basically you go whatever you're. And is it still very me based or is it account based? How's it?
My understanding is it will be account based, and they'll include things like voice chat and that kind of thing. Nintendo have partnered with a mobile corporation in Japan called DENA.
Oh yeah.
And they in particular, you want to use that bullet.
I got a bullet in third.
You can get a bullet.
Is that the game telling me that, like, oh, you're not? Oh, so you can get a bullet in third.
You can get a bullet in third.
That's interesting. I thought.
You're equal temps. You're not the worst.
I'm just playing on extreme handicap, you know.
You are.
I just have to be brought down to the...
With all due respect, you are. So we'll swap controllers. I'll give you... We've unlocked quite a bit. I think now...
So it gave you a coin count. What does that mean?
So at every coin thing, as you get coins in the game, you're able to unlock more stuff.
Okay.
So you start with a random assortment of cars, bikes, wheels, and gliders.
Yep.
And you can unlock more as you play.
Oh, okay.
And you earn those coins in single player, in multiplayer, in online play, in wireless play.
Right.
You earn them all in...
And it's a cumulative total, so all the coins that I collect go into the pool of Mario Kart 8.
Yes, that's the pool for the game account.
Mm-hmm.
Let's swap over. We're going to see if this might do it. Change group. Hold on. All right.
Can you unpair the controller? Is there a way to do that, and then, or is it because this is actually a?
Well, I think this might be a way. Oh no, hang on.
What have I done?
You can do it. I'll press LR, and then you press LR on your controller.
Not connecting. What is that?
Oh no, that's if the controller's not connecting. So just press LR. There you go. All right, we'll go back. And because now we'll go back here to multiplayer, and what I'll show you is let's do battle mode. It'll keep the same positions as well. So I'm able to keep my car. You're able to select a new character if you want. See what we've unlocked. We've unlocked the paper glider from Animal Crossing. It's not very good. I don't like it very much.
I'm getting rid of the
Mercedes.
Mercedes can go.
I might keep my
bike.
Oh, moped, yes.
I want the opponent-mobile.
You probably do want to check the stats just on that one.
That's all right.
That's a good balance, I believe.
Those wheels look terrible, though. Let's go through this. Yeah.
Well, are we doing battle now?
I'm doing a Mega Zelda mode.
Okay. Sorry, are we doing battle now?
We're doing battle.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing battle now. Sorry.
Okay, so for battle, I want. Really, that does.
I think you might have had tilt controls on, in all honesty. And
do you think?
Yeah, I do genuinely think. I think you might have tilt controls on as well.
Okay.
So that's why you were veering left.
Ah.
So now it is not tilt controls. My apologies for that one.
Is yours currently in tilt control?
No.
Okay.
No. I made sure yours wasn't.
Okay.
I made sure this one.
Thank you.
I think we... someone
went
back. That's all right. We just select all of them.
Okay, I definitely...
Ready. Press A.
Dude, hang on. Moped. I need as much acceleration as I can get. There we are. Okay, cool.
All right. Let's start with... Maybe we should do some team battle. So we can get a team game happening.
Let's try Smash some bots.
Yeah.
You all want to be on the same team?
Why not?
Let's do it.
Well, that'll set the benchmark for the rest of this Let's Play.
Let's do that. All right. Balloon battle. We'll do 4 rounds. Okay, so we'll all be on the same team. Team red.
Nice.
All right.
All right, so
So
Adam and I are the same characters. Johnny's now Link.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So I'm Yoshi. Let us have a look.
Dragons, yes.
So are you getting ready to get Splatoon 2 when it comes out as
Yes,
well?
and also ARMS comes out in June. So there's a big few months of games. Next month, Street Fighter comes out too.
What?
This is Battle Stadium, which is a new battle track.
Is this like a Splatoon kind of thing?
No, this is a Mario influenced one.
Fire balloons, that's nice.
Yes. So I remember in the in
Driver.
one of the DS
Rocket ship.
versions, you had spare balloons you had to blow into the mic to blow up.
Wario, what are you
so
doing, mate? Taking
They've
my
had
balloons.
more than the traditional 3 for quite a while.
The spare
And
balloons,
even if
yeah.
you get rid of 5 balloons in this version, you come back with 3. So,
Oh, okay.
because it is a team thing. So,
Can you
battle
still,
mode has come a long way.
Can you still steal balloons?
You can. Yes, you
Yes.
can boost into people and steal balloons.
Why do I keep getting bananas? Come on, man. Oh, here we go. Alright, now I've got it. Attacking.
So when you were playing Zelda, did you use the Pro Controller, or were you using the Switch in that?
Well,
handheld
I
mode?
had just bought the Pro Controller actually in preparation for Mario Kart, so I've not tried it with Zelda yet. I believe that the Joy-Con grip was fine
better one.
enough.
Die, Louis. No.
And is that the way you played it, or did you play it portably?
I did a little bit of both. I prefer playing it portably as well, because sometimes I get into a rhythm where I'd be watching TV and playing my Switch.
God.
Yeah.
Whereas some people's attention spans are like, no, they've got
Well,
to
it depends,
do
Oh,
one
depends on the
thing.
show.
That's
you know?
true.
You know, if you're watching anything you need to concentrate on.
That
No, I was not.
I just want to comment on the minimap. It is useless.
Yeah,
I can't tell what is going on.
It is very tough. I think what the problem is that you've got a lot happening at the one time.
Yeah. Right. Eat boomerang, Daisy. Oh. Alright, here we go. Let's focus that down. I just the rainbow's good.
It's quite far, and it does come back,
Come here.
like all Australians.
Die.
It is a very close game. We're losing by 2, but with this mode, it's kind of cumulative. It takes into account the cumulative score.
Oh, okay. So it's not like elimination.
So you can kind of lose this round and then win by a bigger margin in more rounds and win the whole thing. It's kind of what you deem as important.
Mm.
Die, Daisy.
Oh shit!
Oh, that was my fault. Did you lose a bullet?
No.
Yeah, friendly fire is on.
Oh, is it?
Kind of, yeah. Because I think
Oh.
I believe that if you do ram into someone on your team by mistake, they will lose a balloon. So,
Okay.
I mean, obviously try and keep that into account. Oh, I did slide like Daisy. That's good. So Daisy will come back. with
Rosa
three.
White.
Rosalina. She's been in Mario Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
She's the princess in Mario Galaxy.
Jeez.
Oh, I'm doing quite well.
I'm down to one balloon.
So I've got
Hey.
the crown, meaning I scored the most kills in that round.
Nice.
But yeah, it was kind of an evenly matched round.
Villager, come on, man.
Next round.
Get back down. Oh, I'm a moped. Moped's good.
Sweet, Sweet Kingdom. So this one is based off of a track in the game. But it does remind me very much of the movie Wreck-It Ralph.
Ah, yeah.
Nice. There's
With
also
Penelope.
there's a
When
map
that
that looks
race.
like this in the DS version. Where you have to like kind of like arc over this like cake, and it's a big circle. It's one of the best.
Yeah. So they've had this motif for a while.
Go dry bones.
Do you think that they're likely to keep expanding out the sort of roster of characters in this? Is this something they're going to keep doing? I mean, obviously,
Oh,
they're
can I
gonna
be
have-
Moth?
Do we think we're going to see another DLC pack? for
When am I going to be able to
this
play
game?
Snake Adam? That's what I want to know.
I do think, in terms of the evolution of Mario Kart, I think they're not
What?
opposed to having as many characters
got
as
a
they
ball.
want. Do I think we're going to see more characters in this iteration? I don't believe so. I think this will be it.
Do you
For
think
the
there's going to be?
franchise?
Do you think there's going to be another Mario Kart on the Switch?
Correct, yeah, I do. Because I don't believe that we're going to get a new successor to the 3DS, so I do believe that we will get Mario Kart 9, if you will.
And do you reckon?
Come on,
that
Bowser, you dickhead.
Pokemon is going to probably make the move across on Switch.
Oh, definitely. I think it's only a matter of time. There were rumours circulating around about Pokemon Stars being the quote-unquote third version of Pokemon Sun and Moon, and whether or not that would make an appearance on Switch. I believe that might be the case. We could see...
They've kind of gone off those sort of special edition ones now, haven't they?
But
Well-
they were always the best ones, though. Like,
I
you
know,
wait
they
for
were-
that one to come out.
Exactly, but they haven't really done them for a while.
Well, they did do...
Platinum was the last one, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, Black 2 and White 2, while sequels were really just third versions,
No, that's true.
in my view,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the last mainline game. And then X and Y, they did not come out with a Z version. So
What about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire?
they were
Could
kind
they
of
be-
more...
They're the
yeah,
remakes. They're like the
They're
Fire Red.
remakes, but you can also kind of consider them Z version. I do think we'll either like, I mean, a Pokemon game has sort of come out every year for like the last 5 years in November. I think in terms of this year's Pokemon game, we could see Diamond and Pearl, or we could see the third version.
Oh no!
I think they'll come out on DS, to be honest. On
Diamond,
3DS.
I
Diamond
think
and Pearl is
Diamond and Pearl remakes.
Are
gonna
people
happen.
after that?
Well, it's enough time has passed that.
Really?
I mean, the pattern is going to be that they're going to remake. They will do a new generation game and then they will do a remake, and that's always been the case.
Okay.
So yeah,
I've always saw Diamond and Pearl was the version that.
but think about it.
people
It's been
were the
10
least
years
passionate.
since those things have come out. Yes, but
10 years.
least, it's
Yeah, that's right.
seriously,
It's
think
10
about
years
it.
since
It's
Diamond and Pearl.
but we're least passionate because we've been there since Red and Blue. But if
Right.
for a kid who was 10 and that was their first version of Pokemon,
Yeah.
they want to see.
I quite like that. I thought that was quite a good one because that was really felt like it was on the DS at that point.
True.
Was-
I think
were
for
they
me
the
it
first
doesn't
one?
age quite well, and it's one of my least favourite generations. But I do think there'll be a remake version of it. I think any third version will come out on DS, but I would love for them to surprise us and also have it come out on Switch. I don't think they would be opposed to having it on
Wario, why did you
Switch.
just take me out, mate?
7-14.
Not the best round. Yeah, we did not get
Wow.
kills. Dry Bones
No,
and myself.
I did.
All right, 22-25. We're still within striking
Still
range.
within striking range.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dragon Palace. I think we should continue with the new stuff.
Nice.
I would really like
Yes.
a new Pokemon on the Switch.
I think you'll
And I-
get your wish. I really do think
That
you'll
looks
get
like
your
this.
wish.
And I think they are getting closer, especially with Sun and Moon. Like, they were it was a very different sort of game, really.
Yes.
Like, they changed so many of the sort of
There were no
stalwarts. Think about it, a Breath of the Wild style game, but Pokemon. And you're
Yes.
running, free roaming in a world.
Oh,
That's been the dream since forever, basically.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know if we'll get to that in this generation, but I do believe we will get to something that is Sun and Moon level graphics on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, we're already at that point. I mean, Breath of the Wild has shown that you can play an incredibly gorgeous game on a screen and have it be portable,
Jesus, that's a bit shot, Daisy.
which is incredible. So, I think it's just something to consider. I need to get that down.
That's a wall. Yep.
Adam, do you agree with the the thing that they've always said that Pokemon is fundamentally a portable game, that it just couldn't be done on a console?
I do and I don't. I think because Switch is kind of reinventing that. Nintendo themselves have reinvented that. I can see them coming back to the drawing board and saying, we've got this successful console. Nintendo came out with financials this week. They've sold over 2.74 million of these things. It's been a very successful launch for them.
This is the best launch they've ever had, isn't it?
I do believe so, yes. So for them, they're really in the driver's seat to
Do something interesting.
to do something interesting. The hope there is with the install base that they look at what are going to be the most popular games on the system. And console Pokemon games have always been sort of the black sheep of the family. They've never been developed by Game Freak. It's always been sort of a secondary developer. Even games like Pokemon Coliseum, which were very exciting back in the day, do not age very well.
No.
Well, they always said one of the philosophies that I have read regarding Pokemon is they want it to be a vehicle for people to meet people,
Yes.
and that's the reason why it will never be on console, like a
Sure.
like a ground
Again,
console.
but they've said that way back when that was the case.
Yeah.
We did not have the technology which allowed for something like a Nintendo Switch to be the impetus to meet someone. So
maybe what they'll do is they'll just disable the docked mode, and you actually literally can't play it on a screen. It's going to be.
I genuinely believe that they will not be
Die, Bowser.
so short-sighted as to do that.
That being said, though, they did discontinue the Mini NES, so they're not known for their foresight sometimes. Nintendo works in mysterious ways.
But I bet we get a Mini SNES.
Oh, I got the.
I'd actually be more excited for that, to be honest. Yeah. I am more of a SNES person than a.
I think when the Mini 64 comes out,
there'll
be bonkers lines for that one.
What do you think about the? One of the things about the other consoles is that, especially for Xbox One and PlayStation to a lesser extent, but mostly Xbox One, they've sort of continued on purchases and with a lot of backwards compatibility, and how that there are no. If you bought Mario Kart digitally, or you bought any of the Nintendo Indies and Indies games, they don't come across to the new platform at all.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
In terms of backwards compatibility, I do believe it does suck for those Wii U owners that have stood by Nintendo and supported them. I think if there's enough of a value add with Mario Kart, I paid $80 again for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because I believe there's enough of a value add on Nintendo Switch with it.
And did you have all the DLC
already? Yes.
So for you, it was like less of a...
I spent upwards of $100 on Mario Kart 8, and then now I paid $80 to play it again. So I think there are sort of concerns around that in terms of just exactly how you go about transferring purchases over and that kind of thing, and what's actually going to happen with the Virtual Console in particular. Yes. I would very much like. They've talked about this in their subscription service that they'll be offering games to trial, which to me is VC games to trial, which is not optimal. I think people should be allowed to just own those games.
Yeah.
Like, do I need to own Balloon Fight or pay to own Balloon Fight? I don't really think so. I don't think you can milk me for $5 again for Balloon Fight.
You're not going to go out and buy Excite Bike again?
Or Super Mario Bros. Or Mario Bros. Original. I don't need to own that again on Switch.
Come here, Bowser.
So I think a little bit of foresight around their Virtual Console plans, if any, would be really interesting. And I'd love to see whether or not GameCube makes an appearance. GameCube is the only console to not be really given a Virtual Console release. So I do believe that there's a lot of great titles in the GameCube library that would be great.
What about DS emulation? Because it has got a touch screen.
Yes.
Would you like to see that start to come?
Yeah.
That seems more viable to me than a GameCube emulation.
True. Well, I think you can do both. I think we've seen DS emulation on the Wii U, and it's been moderate at best. What I would like to see is I'd like to see them come up with a new Super Mario All Stars, which has Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 1 and 2 in a packaged version. I would pay full price for that. Yeah. I think that would be similar to what Super Mario
And even if that was pretty much a straight port across, or would you want it to be upscaled?
No, I mean, you would genuinely try and upscale it a bit, but even if it was just a genuine port, I would be all in on that at a full price. I think that's a fair price for that. But I mean, we're pretty fortunate. We're already getting a Mario game in November of this year in Odyssey, and Odyssey looks incredible. So I'm not too fussed about having to go back to the well on Galaxy 1 and 2. Yeah, we did quite well that one, except for me.
Well, I think Mario Sunshine would do it for me. That might make me get a Switch.
If they were to come out with Mario Sunshine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Mario Sunshine is kind of like the stepchild of the mainline Marios. It's kind of...
It's a bit of a weird spot.
It is a weird spot because people have a lot of issues with the camera in that game, and I do remember really struggling with that game and not enjoying it as much.
Okay.
So we finished with balloon mode. I think we'll swap to another battle mode.
Okay.
battle mode, and we will try.
I'm liking the bike.
Yeah, let's try the Renegades mode. I think that would be really interesting to show the stream.
The Squid Girl. Oh, you can pick a different
You
color.
can pick a different color hair, yeah.
Oh, pink. There we are. Oh, she's got a gun too. That's awesome.
And we've unlocked the Blue Falcon,
Hey!
Oh, that's
which
pretty
is
cool.
Captain Falcon's car.
It has wheels.
One of my favourites, actually.
So is that a bike? Or...
And
a car.
I'm a big fan. It's a car.
Okay. There's nothing that really has like max speed, does it?
Oh, hang on, tilt controls. Turn that off.
Yep, that is off.
Do you know anyone who actually likes the tilt controls?
Actually, yeah.
Is it a pro strat?
It is not a pro strat. It is a casual strat. There are people that Nintendo have come out with Wii wheels for this. Well, not Wii wheels, but wheels that you can plug a Joy-Con into and have it be exactly like
So does that
what it was.
does that enhance the accelerometer at all? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it is literally a plastic shell,
Okay.
just like the last one. I have a lot of Wii wheels from doing some training and stuff.
Alright, so what's this one? What are we doing here?
So we're doing the Renegades mode,
Okay.
which has divided us into teams.
Okay.
Woohoo Town. So this is from 3DS.
Okay.
So this one might be familiar for both of you, having played the 3DS version.
And what happens in Renegade mode again?
So you are trying to capture the other side.
Oh, right. So it's,
Through Piranha
Cops
Plants.
and Cops and Robbers.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. That's
So we have the Piranha
I wanted to
Plants.
try this. This is
We are the
great.
cops.
Okay.
So on the screen up
I'm
there,
down.
you can see
Go, Squid
that
Girl.
we are trying to capture them. And the quicker we capture them,
Oh, the faster. The more points we get.
Yeah.
I like this.
the quicker we capture them, the quicker we win.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the sooner you get in on that. Mario's been captured.
I think I played that game.
So you've got to make sure they don't hit the switches because that will release people back.
Oh, so we
into
just like
the
camp
game.
the switches.
You could do that, yes, but not everyone has. Everyone has to go out and. So Rosalina has opened the cell and released Pink Gold Peach.
Oh, okay.
So there's quite. I think there's various sort of
Oh,
switches.
there are Yoshis. Yoshi's hanging out. I think Nintendo
Yeah,
has
there's
to
Pink
advertise
Gold
them very
Peach.
game.
Well, I mean, they enjoy.
Is Barry
Ooh.
said.
Yeah. Where's Pink Gold Peach? That's what I saw.
Yoshi got him out.
She's got 4 people out.
Oh,
Cool Daisy. Yes.
man, no! What's reverse? Oh, you've got it.
I've noticed in this they've now got it looks like kind of placeholder advertising. Do you think that would be something that Nintendo would ever include, like some sort of dynamic advertising to pay for, you know, or esports or anything like that?
I think Nintendo feels successful enough that they don't need to quote unquote stoop that low.
I've always wondered with lots of sports
Camp,
games and competitive games like that.
I
Like
think
if you're
it's
playing
not
an
conducive
NBA
to the
game,
universe as well, though. Like, you know, in a more photorealistic universe, of course, you want to have those brands that everyone knows, right? But
Where is Mario?
in something like this, in the Nintendo world, where those products don't exist, you kind of want to keep
keep it within that.
keep the fantasy. So we've got Mario.
Yeah, I'm camping the button.
Oh, good. We need someone to do that.
Yeah.
Let's come out.
No, you son of a bitch!
Yeah.
He came fast. Wasn't watching.
Oh, we got him.
Mario.
Nice.
And we caught him with 27 left. So, yeah, as you can see, we all kind of had a role to play there.
I kind of feel like I was a bit confused about what was going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit tough because you don't want to have them on the map to sort
See, yeah,
of show them where they are.
Yeah.
So that's where the confusion comes from. It's like,
Yeah.
how do you find these people?
But do you think it's easier
Without
when you're
being
playing
on
it in full screen rather than in a split screen sort of?
It probably is. I mean, it is all about screen real estate, and the fact that you have more real estate allows you to sort of view. So we're dodging the law now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, nice. All right. So we get them on our map. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, they've disappeared.
Oh, they disappeared now. Oh,
Yeah.
because they were there at the
We get them right at the start.
Oh shit, there they are. Die! Eat it, nerds! Crap.
I've been caught.
Wow, that was
So we're just waiting to be released at this point.
Where is it?
this is. Hey,
There
there
we
we
go.
are.
Baby Rosalina's opened this up.
Nice.
So
Oh no.
we're still good.
Wow, I walked through that one. Didn't I?
Oh no. I got caught. So if we attack them with items, what that allows for is their piranha to stop working.
Their what?
Their piranha will stop,
Oh, okay.
which is good.
Hey.
I think this is an easier map for the cops.
Wow, You say that?
A lot more hallways.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. This is a great game, bro. This is like because I've seen Cops and Robbers done in other.
Oh, damn it! Now
Well,
our only hope is if
Squid Boy
unlocks this.
Come on, Squiddo. He's on his way. Oh, it's gonna cross it. Oh!
Wow, we did terribly.
We did, but that's okay. Next round, we'll be back into.
I think I prefer being the robbers though.
Yeah,
I think that's
most
funner.
people
Yeah.
do. So this is
Even
an
though
old
it's
favourite
terrible.
Battle Course one from SNES.
I really like the SNES maps that have been remade. I
Yeah.
think
This one's
that
a
real
crowd
primary color sort of looking.
Oh, the fact that they updated as well looks so much better. It's really come a long way from being incorporated in Mario Kart Super Circuit and Game Boy Advance.
All right.
So for me, there's not been a version of Mario Kart I haven't played or liked. The one I have the least experience with is Super Mario Kart, but then I've experienced all the SNES tracks on
Other games, yeah.
on other games now. So, and they're probably the least memorable
Ping
tracks
pong
anyway.
Peach, let's do this.
Like, oh, do you like Donut Plains 1 or Donut Plains 2? It's like, you know, it's memorable.
Can you drive up these ramps? You can. Oh, come here, thanks.
That was Mario.
Oh.
Yeah, Mario.
Nope.
Cool, yeah. This one I think is quite easy for the Renegades because they can just go in the middle. Just got
Damn it, Mario.
damn.
This is the most I think I've ever focused on a Mario Kart game.
Mario's back in there.
Daisy.
Back in your box.
Oh, the boxes. Oh, okay. It's right. Okay.
Yeah. Damn.
Wendy, come on.
Grow up.
Huh. Alright. Aw. Oreo. There's Daisy. Oh, man.
Okay.
It's Wario.
No. You're going, son. Nice. Two of them.
Oh, now I gotta find Wario. I see you, Wario.
He's going for it. He's going for it.
Got him.
Yeah. Alright,
We gotta find
everybody
Rosalina.
just camp the button. No, Bowser, you can't actually initiate it because you're on our team. Ow!
Find Rosalina.
Bowser's also camping the button. I think I see her.
Go for her.
Oh shit, here she comes. Let's go away. Alright, I'm going after her.
Can you name a colour that she's now?
Green. There they are.
With 12 seconds to spare.
Nice.
That was a very productive round.
Nice one.
So you can do battle mode online as well,
Okay.
which would be a lot of fun. So this is Urchin Underpass, which is from Splatoon,
Nice.
and has been incorporated into the fold. So this is very exciting. Splatoon was really a successful launch for them in terms of a new IP, a new franchise.
I like Splatoon very much.
Yeah, we've already seen Splatoon 2 coming out, and so I think this is kind of really hyping people up for that.
Oh, I'm a squid person.
Dodge the law.
Dodge the law.
I am no law. You're a hoodlum.
Whoa! Oh, they're coming for me. Oh.
Do you think
I'm not
Splatoon
going
is
back.
robust enough to be able to be an esport?
Oh, I do. I think the fact that you
Wow.
don't have to play on that gamepad anymore is actually a massive boon for the series, and that you can play it on a regular control pad. I think that was my biggest frustration with Splatoon 1.
Eat it, Rosaline.
and so
Eat it.
I think the fact that they've really looked at going back to the drawing board
Oh, here they come.
is very exciting.
Well, it sort of seemed like a bit of a step back, really, because the Wii had all those different play options as well. And like, if you wanted to play with pro controllers on the Wii or anything like that, you could have done
You could
a bit.
a little bit on Splatoon, but not as much as we think.
Oh no, I even mean just on the Wii.
No.
Oh, you meant on the Wii.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like there's plenty of control options. Look, well, I'm playing on a Joy-Con, he's playing on a Joy-Con, you're playing on a...
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I think they've come back to it. I think
Yes.
the Wii U, they wanted the big controller pad to be the primary method of control, and it wasn't always the best method of control.
I think it's quite cheap looking and plasticky, and the difference between that and the Switch is night and day. The Switch looks professional. It looks like a piece of hardware that you want to bring to someone's house. If you bought the Wii U gamepad and a Wii U, they'd be like, why are you bringing this? I mean...
What I think is also...
I'm holding it now. It's not the... I mean, it's very... It's as stripped down as a controller has possibly ever been.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel cheap.
No.
Like, it's nice. And there's a little bit of metal on it as well. And
Yeah.
kind of... Effort's been put into the...
Oh, definitely.
Putting this thing together, not only designing it, but making sure the end result is nice.
Correct. Gianni, what were you going to say?
Well, I think if you look at it, I mean, it is not a huge amount of time since the Wii U came out, really. But there's a big difference between the quality of the hardware. Like the Switch itself is smaller than the pad,
Yeah, there's two
basically.
cells. Yeah.
And it has everything built into it. And the Wii U was still tethered to a physical box that had to be plugged into your TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think it's a great time. I think Nintendo do a really good job with hardware, and they are really quite clever. But I think sometimes when you're trying to be innovative, you sometimes miss the mark of what's the key experience.
Yes. I think it's this, like, imagine if what we had with the Switch came out when it was around the Wii U era. It would have blown people's minds a lot.
Do you think they were too premature in launching the Wii?
Oh.
Do you think they should have waited a bit longer and or do you think it was just too much time between the Wii and the Switch?
I think the Wii was on its last legs and they had to launch something bigger and better.
Yeah.
But did they need to launch it with a gamepad? Probably not. But I think that gamepad and retaining the Wii branding was very confusing for people. Well,
Yeah.
was it a
new console?
was
it
it
a peripheral?
Was it peripheral? And so I think with Switch they've just made a clean break and they've been able to. We've done quite well.
Oh, nice.
Should we just go back to a normal race now?
Yes,
now we know
I
the
think
controls
so.
are actually working.
Yes.
All right, last
Do you want to switch
throwdown.
back into the Pro?
All right.
I'll try
Are you
the...
sure?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I actually quite like the Joy-Con.
Like the Joy-Con?
I like it a lot. I wish my PS4 controller was this big.
Press L now.
All right.
You're 2. And you're 3. Great.
Could you condense PS4 controller into this?
I don't
Probably not.
Well, people say that there's not enough buttons on that thing There is, and there's little there's a little grip that comes with the console that you can put on top of it if you kind of want a real more. I actually should have brought those as well to show you. Yeah, let's go multiplayer. Let's do a multiplayer Grand Prix. Let's go a classic because I want to earn some trophies.
Yeah,
no
let's
worries.
go 150cc.
Do the one with Rainbow Road.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
All right, I'm going to stick with Link. Link in the black. Next one.
I'll be the Angry Bowser.
Try Bowser.
Wow, that is a really cool character model, actually.
So this is
hey, we got some new wheels.
Slick tires, which are known for increasing speed.
I don't want to put controls on.
Gone back to the Mercedes.
Yeah, they're off.
Oh, good. I think I'll leave that.
This is my Animal Crossing kite.
Alright, so we want the one with Rainbow Road. N64 Rainbow Road is my favourite. So
okay,
let's do it.
Like, because you know when the Wii U came out, people didn't want to actually play with the Wii U controller, the one with the big screen.
They didn't. They didn't. It was very unwieldy. It's like, oh, this feels awkward. Yeah. When you have the Switch in your hand, it feels like a piece of tech that you want to use.
Because this little controller I have here, it doesn't feel... I mean, I'm sure that one... I don't feel handicapped by it.
No.
But...
Look, I've got massive hands, and I would happily use that if I didn't have a Pro controller.
Yeah, because it feels like the person using the controller that wasn't optimal.
Yeah,
like they were handicapped.
Like, it's like the third-party controllers that people used to have.
Oh, yes, the Mad Cats.
Yeah, the Mad Cats one with the turbo buttons and all that.
R.I.P. Mad Cats.
Yeah, no, thank you. We don't need to eulogize them. They deserve it.
Oh, I fell off again. But
party to
But this controller really doesn't feel like I'm shit out of luck for using it.
It's not a compromise.
It's not a compromise. It seems like it could be. I mean, I don't want to say it could be better, but But I'm not losing out on any experience.
I think the added utility of being able to have two players immediately to one console
is incredible.
It's completely outweighs any of the disadvantages of not being able to have a full size.
Totally, and I think that at that price point as well, which is a little, little expensive, the fact that it comes with two-player right out of the box is really a good thing. And then you can pay $100 to add 2 more players with 2 more Joy-Cons.
That's not bad, because like if I wanted to, that's if I can find a 2-player game that I can play on the same system on PS4.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Another $90.
And see, that's the thing as well. Nintendo have really focused and said, let's go back to those days of split-screen gaming that are so much fun.
Well, this is something that we know from a lot of the indie developers that we talk to in the show as well, is it's something that people really love, and it is something that if you're a small developer, it is something that you can actually sell. You know, a small developer, the Australian, New Zealand developers we talk to wouldn't try to make a big multiplayer game like a Mario Kart style thing, because it just wouldn't be possible to maintain that player base in order to make it a valuable purchase for anyone.
Exactly right.
So, having split screen and be able to do co-op, not only is it more fun because you can take it over and play all these things with your friends straight away, but it actually makes more business sense. So,
and I would love to see, now, with the Switch being able to be portable as well, I'd love to see developers really latch onto that and see what we can get from a tabletop mode and what kind of inventive new things, as opposed to the gamepad where it just kind of became a map. I really do think the Switch has more propensity with its portability to
be used in interesting ways.
To be used in interesting ways, and not minigame collections similar to what the Wii ended up being for a lot of people.
Do you think? I know we're very early days in the Switch. We're not even 3 months away. But do you think that there will be a Nintendo Switch XL, a Nintendo Switch whatever, like an updated version
of the Switch?
Yeah,
I think that's probably 2 or 3 years down the line. I can definitely see it happening.
I read something about releasing a smaller version.
I don't think you can get much smaller. Yeah. I really do think. My understanding.
Whoa! Oh, right. Okay, don't worry about it. I got this. I know what I'm doing.
I love this track.
Yeah, my understanding is the Nintendo... I mean, people like to iterate. They didn't really iterate on the Wii until much further along with the Wii Mini, but they didn't need to because they were selling heaps of that. They didn't iterate on the Wii U at all
Because I think there wasn't the player
wasn't
base.
the thirst for it. So I think if we're looking at something that's most likely to be refurbished, it is this portable thing, because Nintendo love refreshing their portables. I mean, why just this week they announced that they're coming out with the 2DS XL, which is at that 2DS price point, but a clamshell design.
I think, isn't it slightly more
Massive.
expensive than the 2DS price point? I thought it was
I think it
149
is.
US.
It is
Oh,
slightly
okay,
more
slightly
expensive.
more expensive, sorry.
However, the 2DS
$50 more.
The 2DS is a weird animal because it was very cheap when it first came out. I remember I got one for my sister about maybe a day after it came out, and it was
Right.
like 120. And then later on that month, it was, I think, about it was not 200. It was about 190.
Well, maybe that
Yeah.
might be to do with sort of retail and their sort of various sales and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
About 150 is about the price point I usually see it at.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
usually
looked at the
bundle
2DS and I said that I could not deal with a non-clamshell design. I love my 3DS XL, my new 3DS XL.
Mm-hmm.
I had a regular 3DS and then went to a 3DS XL and I haven't looked back.
Well, this product is not for people who already have the 3DS. Though. Like,
No, it is
this product is for like parents looking for something to get their kids, and there's, this is like a slightly more cheaper version.
I think it's an interesting move though, because we do know Nintendo have 3DS games coming down the pipeline this year.
Mhm.
And 3DS is still a big part of the Nintendo family, but we don't necessarily.
You don't think it's at end of life yet?
I don't think it's at end of life. I
Hope not.
think it's got another year in it. I think this is maybe the final year of 3DS, as Nintendo kind of culminates and say, let's do mobile and let's have our handheld teams work on something that's going to come out for Switch. I think if the Switch wasn't as successful, I think we might have seen the 3DS be extended and maybe a 3DS successor come out. But I think because the Nintendo Switch has been so well received, that we are going to see
Because I have
eventually the 3DS be that end of life.
at home. I have the original 3DS, the very square version.
Yeah.
And if that carks it, I'm getting this new 3DS. It's
The 2DS.
That's the new 2DS.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm definitely doing that. I'm not gonna even look at the original version.
And I think the 3D was really cool, but for a lot of people it didn't work, and it also did use your battery up at an increased rate.
I actually don't hate it, and I do remember the 3DS having a horrible battery life, so that's why I went to the XL.
Yeah.
That's something that had increased battery life. And I do believe now that probably the 2DS XL, when it comes out, might have the best battery of any of the 3DS, 2DS family.
Yeah.
It's so funny though. It's such a confusing, is the new Nintendo 2DS XL.
I was about to mention, I saw
Yeah.
a graphic on Reddit that put them all, since the first DS, put all just the names and the graphics just one up the other, and it's confusing. I know what I'm talking about,
Sure.
and I just got confused. I just
Sure.
mentioned, me talking about it just then,
Yeah.
got confused, and called it the wrong thing.
Plus, it's called slightly different things in Japan. Versus
Yes,
what-
with the LL instead of the XL. Because I think XL has negative connotations. For some reason. This is a Wii track that's not my favourite. For various reasons.
I don't know which ramps give you the glider and which ramps don't.
Do you prefer the maps which have sort of limited environmental hazards, or are you
I do. I think
you're better off going against other
the
people?
kinds of variance that you get from the environmental hazards is a bit much. I'll keep the flight up.
See you, Mitch. I know that's not you.
I'm Bowser. And Bowser's he's not fantastic. I mean, sorry, mate. I like his character model though, because on the back of his shell, he's got lava coming through. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Demon Bowser.
What game is this Bowser from? Was he
Fry
just-
Bowser has been a favourite even from Super Mario Bros. 3. I think
Okay.
it's when Bowser comes back and he's been
Canonically, when Mario has murdered Bowser.
yes correct. Mario is a murderer.
Yeah. Totally bopped him right into that lava.
The only other cooler Bowser is in, I think, when he had his super attack in one of the Super Smash Brothers. He got this he looked like a villain from a mecha anime.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember what that was from, but I don't think that was from any game.
That is Giga Bowser.
Yeah, and
I
he looked...
believe he is from a particular
Oh, is he
game.
from a game? Oh, okay.
I cannot remember what the game is, but I do believe it. I think every Final Smash was not just sort of invented.
Oh, okay.
There is sort of a story there. And speaking of Smash Bros, I would like to see Smash Bros come out for the Switch.
I'm sure it will be.
But I know that... But I do get into this thing of, like, I don't want to play the same games again and again. So
you want it to be substantially different.
If there are resources being spent on...
Now, did you like the 3DS version of Smash Bros?
I did for a month. I have not really gone back to it since. I do enjoy the cel shaded, and I think it's a cool idea, but I just feel that the Wii U version was so superior.
Yeah.
That why would I need to play the 3DS one? I think maybe as a kid I might have enjoyed the 3DS version more on road trips, that kind of thing, playing with my brother. I think that would have blown my mind. But I feel like kids nowadays have the iPad in the car and they're playing Minecraft. So
that was a game I thought that you basically had to have the XL for, because I have a 2DS and playing it on a 2DS, and it's actually really difficult to see what's going on. So for that one, you just like it needs to be played on that one. So
this is the most iconic track in Mario Kart history. And so Rainbow Road on this version has been split into 3 parts.
Okay.
So it's 1 lap, and it's a lot faster as well in terms of the boost pads. And they've kind of fixed a lot of the problems with this track.
Feels a bit Casino Night Zone from Sonic.
Oh, it is, yeah. I definitely get that vibe. This is cool. And there's that iconic music from Mario Kart 64.
Oh, man, mistake. Oh, there's a chain jumps.
Blasting into the sky.
Ball thing.
Damn it.
Wow, I keep boosting off the edge of the thing. You just cannot recover from the drift. And point in the right direction.
I think you'll find this Rainbow Road is quite easy compared to the Rainbow Road that's actually in Mario Kart 8.
Oh, I got popped.
I remember the Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road being hellish.
Yes.
Like, that was ballistic.
It is.
See you, Nintendo Mitch.
Waluigi.
Oh, get out of this.
Oh, damn it. I'm not going to get an imperfect claim free. It's not going to happen. I refuse by.
I was raised better than that.
I was. Oh, damn it. I guess I am. I was not paying attention. There we go.
Nice.
I'm not happy about that.
I need a bit of practice.
I think you do.
I'm just, you know.
That's why I think I should give you the better control. Because I reckon I could have got that same score with that.
Oh, I'll just have to race out and get a Nintendo Switch, I think.
Yes, please do.
Throw down. Hey, look at you.
So I could see them coming out with a Mario Kart bundle probably by the end of the year
Christmas?
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
To drive 30 stars. 2 stars. Shame.
So you got... Did you download the game?
I did download the game, yes. So I was quite fortunate. I had a gift card at Target. I bought a Pro Controller and I bought credits. And I also traded some games on eBay to buy more credit.
Nice.
So I had around $75 in Nintendo eShop credit and then bought the game for $5.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then after that, because I did not want to have to carry a cart around. And the cart I have in there is Zelda.
Yeah.
So everything else I have downloaded from console.
So what
But then I don't
size
have many other
memory
games.
card have you got in there at the moment? A 32?
I do not have a memory card.
So this is just on the internal
default
storage?
Yeah, so
Okay.
if we go here to the internal storage, you can see that I've already used close to half.
Right.
So we'll get a micro SD at some point.
And how large a micro SD can you put in there?
I think you can go.
I think I'm pretty sure it goes up to 128 or
I think you can
256
go
or like.
up to. I
but
think any's compatible.
You're starting to talk about the same price as the Nintendo Switch at that sort of range.
Right, yeah.
Hmm.
Let's do multiple again. Let's do another one for it.
Okay.
And let's. I don't want to go down 160.
Do you want to try on the
Pro controller?
I'll try on the Pro, or do you want to give the Pro Controller a go, Mitch?
No, I'll stick with this. I think this is
You're good?
I think
Alright.
it might not work for me if I
Do you want to
start switching now.
No, I'll stick to this.
Okay, stick with it. Cool. Alright. Let's
What
go
do we
with
get?
my mops.
Oh,
The
sweet.
Bad Wagon, who I believe is.
Wario's car. Oh no, it's got the Triforce on it.
No, it's got the Triforce on it with Zelda, but I believe it is Wario's car.
Oh, okay.
Submarine. Is that a steel?
Oh, okay. So
steel,
it puts a decal on it.
Steel Driver. It's. I don't think it's a Steel Diver reference necessarily, but
Ink Striker. Splat Buggy.
I like my
Standard
Mercedes.
Quad. I'm gonna go the F-Zero. Blue Falcon. Get some stats on that guy.
Back to dry mode.
Why is it always the one with the most terrible looking wheels?
the normal one.
Yeah,
It's not that bad.
let's go to car. No, the wooden buttony looking one.
Right.
That looks terrible. But it's like the wheels that you usually need to add.
Let's do. Oh, that's not that.
Drydo Desert's good. Moo Moo Meadow.
Moo Meadows, Mario Circuit, Cheap. No, I really don't like that cut because it's got Toad's Turnpike. Toad's Turnpike is my least favourite track in the game. This is a pretty good one, but we've already played kind of on that. Let's
Baby
actually
Park.
do this one.
Yeah.
Baby Park.
Crossing.
Yes.
The Crossing Cup. So Baby Park is back.
Yeah, see, I never played this on Double Dash. I actually only played it on the DS version.
Yes.
But on that, it was such a great track. So
You know how someone could be a jerk on Baby Park? On Double Dash, it was possible to fire ordnance over the middle to the other side. And
Well, I
people
think
would be
in
jerks
this
like
version,
that.
with the added addition of the anti-grav throughout the entire track, it
Uh-huh.
allows for way more sort of shenanigans. And I actually did not enjoy Baby Park in Double Dash because I thought,
Oh, yeah.
it's so simple, it's so boring.
I
Whereas
loved-
now
I
it's
loved it.
really,
it's a great drift track.
it's quite a frenetic sort of track.
Because you can start lapping people,
Yes.
and then it's like what, and then you don't know what's going on.
And then you don't know who you're attacking when you're
Yeah.
attacking like 8 players. Or...
Jesus.
I love Baby Park. Ow! No.
Oh,
So the anti-grav, the car handles differently.
It
actually
allows
noticed.
when you bash into people, you get a boost.
Oh, okay.
And the car doesn't handle that particularly differently, but yeah, it's just something to take into account. Ooh, there we go, much better. Just to that position.
Oh. The lightning is the worst.
It is, but it's unbelievable.
Shit. Ah! Wow, I just got nailed by everything toward the end.
All right.
What's the next map?
The next one is Cheeseland. So this is one,
Cheeseland.
the Game Boy Advance game that has been reimagined in the
Wow.
best way possible. So this one is virtually indistinguishable from the GBA version.
Really?
Like if you were to bust out the GBA version and play this one, you would not see. And I'm quite fortunate. The GBA version was available for those who were part of the 3DS Ambassador program.
Oh, Chain Chomps, what are you doing? Ah.
As a download.
Yes, as a free download. One of 10 GBA games that were a free download for the 3DS.
Yeah, because they had a bit of a disastrous launch, didn't they?
It did. And people who had paid quite a lot and then had quite a price drop. So as consolation, they said, oh, if you own a 3DS,
Get all these.
you get all these for free. And one of those games was Super Circuit. So I've gone back. I mean, it's, you know, just the detail they've been able to put in. It's been quite good.
2 bullets just went past me. What is up with that?
Yes, that'll happen when you're at the bottom of it.
Bottom of the pack.
Oh, Mega's Blue Shell. Pushing through.
Oh,
Not going to be a problem for me.
Now. It's going to hit him.
Oh, this is the second time I've blown
Strategic
that
blue
corner.
shells. Oh, damn it.
Just keep hitting misses.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Uh-oh, that was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
I'm in 5th on the 3rd lap. I can't. That's better. I need this.
God. Oh! Johnny!
This is not great. That was not a great finish. This is why Cheese
That
while I like looking at it, not one of my favourite tracks to race on.
Oh! For God's sake.
Just pipped him at the post.
Yeah.
There.
That was a difficult map.
It is quite difficult. Again, these are the DLC tracks. They're not the slouches. Alright.
Oh man, this looks... looks intense. I like how the boxes come back relatively quickly after someone's gone through them.
Yeah, but I do like that there's a bit of strategy in ensuring that you can run through a box to avoid them getting it. Even if you sort of are in the first. Well, that's
Fucking
interesting,
DK.
Gianni.
Asshole.
Just have to find the right track out.
Well, if this is your track, okay. Sorry.
One of these things, I wonder if I should just put my glasses on at some point.
That would probably help you.
You don't wear any glasses?
No.
Dude, how are you playing?
Oh, not that short-sighted.
Oh, okay.
Smashing up that DK barrel.
Don't enjoy the stumpy music. Especially
He's a bit of a nightmare. He took me out of the very beginning.
He's not a good Donkey Kong. So I've heard people discuss, would we see maybe a Diddy Kong Racing 2 instead of before a Mario Kart 9? And I'm not opposed to the idea, and I think Nintendo could do something really cool with a new Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah.
They could definitely tap into the nostalgia for that franchise. I know that they re-released it on DS.
They did. I played that, and it was, in comparison to the Mario Kart 7, it felt really old.
Yes.
Because it was a 64 game, basically.
Well, think about it. It was on the regular DS, not 3DS.
Yeah.
As well. So,
Yeah.
in comparison to Mario Kart DS, I mean, it felt old.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, games had moved on from that point, and that was just a pretty much straight remake with
Yes.
little bits and pieces that had been slightly changed.
Yeah. So I think an updated version you could see a lot with it, because I think there's something that you said about the different kinds of things and upgradable weapons that are unique to, well, not unique, but unique to that Mario.
Nice one.
Nintendo Switch.
Bit of a turnaround.
Yeah, I think a new F-Zero is not out of the question, but I think that it's tough because we want to see that come out. But
Was F-Zero on the NES Mini?
no. I don't know. I would have to check on that one. I think you were asking, was it on the Wii U? No, it's not. It's not been on since the GameCube.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if they're building on the nostalgia of the Mini one and go, hey, remember the F-Zero? And
Yeah. Possibly. I mean, at the moment, this is Kirby's 25th year or something as well.
Ooh.
So they're doing a lot of celebrations around Kirby.
You know what was a
We've
really
got
fun racing
3
game?
Kirby games planned coming out in the next year.
Kirby's had a pretty good run though. Like
It has.
pretty,
Even last year it came
pretty
out.
consistently
games.
had games coming out.
Yes. Planet Robobot on 3DS is quite a fun one.
I think I'm making you Air Ride. I love Air Ride.
I really like Air Ride 2. It's quite
Air Ride was
underrated.
fantastic.
A lot of people don't. The critics ravaged that game.
Yeah, but like it was interesting. It was a different kind of racing game. There were weird mechanics, and I can see why they ravaged it because it was not a traditional racing game.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Do you think we'll see a new Metroid Prime or a first-person Metroid
I
game?
believe we'll get a new Metroid game, but it will be 2D.
You think they've gone off the 3D?
I think for now, whatever
man.
Project Ninja are working on is not Metroid related.
Like how there's boxes on the wall.
But again, I guess we'll see later this year what Nintendo have up their sleeves, because
I think a lot of the conversations will be different now versus what they would have been before the launch, because the install base is a lot higher than a lot of people expected. I think people thought the Switch was going to be good and that was the right direction for them to take. But, now when you're talking to third parties and things like that, you can say, well, this is one of the best console launches that we've ever had. There's a really, invigorated player base. Everyone is on board.
But see, I do worry when we do get Scorpio and when we get into those, I don't want to say next generation, but we're kind of in this weird half step thing now. I do wonder where the Switch is placed in that.
Well,
and whether or not they can
Jeff
keep track.
Kaplan didn't rule out Overwatch for the Switch.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, maybe. And I think a portable version of Overwatch.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That would be really good.
However, do you have the ability to put a SIM card in the Switch?
You do not.
Oh, okay, that might
So
be
the only way you can do it,
Yeah.
I mean,
You can tether off your phone, I guess.
yeah, you would tether off your phone, and then at that point, it's a bit. But I think a portable version of Overwatch at home, being able to just play it on a screen, would be pretty cool.
That
too.
would be pretty cool.
That would be good fun.
I could see. We're talking Blizzard franchises. I think probably Diablo's the most.
Well, with a massive
Right,
touchscreen,
right.
StarCraft could be great.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
it could. Yeah, definitely. That one was not my best.
I did better in that one. I'm getting there.
You
Getting
are.
the hang of it.
I'm atrophying, actually. I'm getting worse.
Let's go. I want to do one more set
Yeah.
No worries.
that I want to show you guys. Let's go one.
All right.
I don't mind that F-Zero card. That's fine.
Can I get like a normal card? That's like just the standard card.
Yes, you can.
I might just do
I
that.
will pick. Where's mine?
Blue Yoshi.
So your standard cart, we've got wooden wheels now. So I think this most standard cart is your P-Wing. That's probably the most standard.
Oh, this one.
Road cart. Okay.
Oh, the standard card. Here we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So look at the stats on that.
Not very good.
Not very good. I think it's going too fast, actually. Which is actually the thing that might be hurting me a bit now.
What I think for a lot of people, the Wii was really good because it introduced a bunch of people who weren't mainstream hardcore gamers, right? A lot of people were really excited because of the things that you could do and the fun mini games. And we were talking earlier about the Jackbox games as they're like a really good sort of game to get people into things that normally wouldn't be playing. But the price of the Wii was also cheap enough that it was often a second console for people who had an Xbox or a PlayStation 3.
Yes.
You know, the Switch is much more expensive, and it's kind of like not everyone can own all three of them.
Correct.
Or even two of them. Do you think the pricing is going to be an issue, or do you think like down the track as we see them kind of iterate on that, they might?
I always thought that the Switch's, I mean, the Nintendo Wii's pricing, the fact that it was so cheap, made people neglect it almost. Because I felt like people
you weren't that
them.
invested in it?
Yeah, people had them, but they weren't using them.
Well,
and I felt like it was because they thought, oh, well, I can pay that much for it, so we can just sit there until people come up and play it.
Let's not forget the Wii came out at $400, so it's not like the Wii was the most cheapest thing to buy.
Right.
But in comparison to the $700 that the PlayStation 3 came out.
True, yes, in comparison to that.
Well, the PlayStation 3 was almost $1,000 here. I mean...
Yeah,
I think
certain iterations of it.
Yeah.
Look, I think I do think pricing will be a concern for them if they're trying to position this as the 3DS that multiple kids in a household each have a Switch. Then I do think pricing is a going concern for them moving forward.
Yeah.
But I don't know about their strategy. I think Nintendo don't want to admit that the 3DS is on its way out.
Yep.
And they still see a lot of life in it. So it really depends what their handheld strategy is and whether or not Switch is going to be the replacement for that.
Yep.
Do you know what would be really great if there was even more like interconnection between the 3DS and the Switch?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
You know, we spent a lot of time playing Crystal, the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Yes.
Where you use the Game Boy Advance as a controller, and I can't like if you could use the 3DS in a way that to interact to like even if you've got a 3DS that's sitting in a drawer somewhere because now you're playing the Switch, you've got your extra controller sitting there straight away.
Well, I will give Nintendo credit for this. You can play your 3DS on Super Smash Bros. Wii U.
Yeah, you can.
And use your 3DS as a controller.
Yeah.
It's not the most optimal method by any stretch, but if you are someone who predominantly plays Smash Bros. On 3DS, you have that opportunity to play it on Wii U with that. So it's possible. It just depends how we think about the 3DS as an input method as opposed to even a Joy-Con or a Pro Controller. And for me, I feel like both those methods are
Better.
Yeah.
Because well, there were people that play Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS. That's what they played on. That's it for them, and they would rather enter the Pro Circuit on a 3DS.
Yeah.
And to those people, we say, okay.
Yeah. Well, good. Yeah.
Oh, much better.
Oh, wow.
I think the fact that I've made it 100cc has allowed for us to to do a lot better. I think 150cc.
Oh, bloody hell.
You got
Fifth.
look at that final second. Too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Donkey Kong blasts across the sky.
DK is a bit of an asshole. Mario Kart.
A little bit.
Oh, look at this. This looks awesome.
This is great. So this is Ribbon Road updated. It's one of my favourites.
So whose bedroom is this?
This is Shiggy's.
Yes, this is Shigeru's. It's very, very reminiscent of what Toy Story would be for a track, I think. This one's actually like really fun to play as well.
This is fantastic. Oh, what is this thing?
Clockwork Bowser.
Clockwork.
Yeah.
Ah.
Eat it! That was a green shell. That was just awesome. Oh, Toad, get out of the way. Oh, no. Oh, it's like rabies. Oh, where's the trackpad? There it is.
I'm kind of jealous for people who didn't play Mario Kart 8 on Wii U because they get to play this as their superior version. And it's like that discovery for people is quite exciting. People who've not maybe looked at Mario Kart even since the Nintendo 64 days, I'm going to find a lot in this game to get excited about.
Get it, Mouse.
Aha!
I think the marketing of the Switch has been really interesting, and I think we sort of started to see a bit of this with when they did the 20th anniversary of Pokemon.
Yes.
Or was it 20th?
Yes, correct.
And you know, a lot of it was, here's the things that you did as a kid. You're an adult now, but you can still have fun playing Pokemon, or you can have fun playing the Switch, and it was more aimed at that sort of, you know, for lack of a better term, the millennial market almost. And, you know, there was a strong focus on the younger audiences to start with, but I think younger audiences now are, well, all the kids are playing Minecraft.
Well, I believe that the Switch marketing, that initial Switch reveal was all older people playing the Nintendo Switch in their car, on the plane.
Yeah.
It wasn't
in an airport.
Geared for in an airport. It wasn't geared for kids. It was all people our age, and I think that was the right road to go, because the kid audience is very fickle nowadays.
And they're a Christmas and birthday sort of thing. Usually.
Yeah, exactly. They're not your main purchasers of this thing. They're not the ones that are supporting.
Well, like, the adults have the money. I mean,
yeah, they do.
Really?
They're the ones with the purchasing power, so it's really about...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No!
You can't?
Yes!
No! Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got him. Finally.
The first time.
Got ya.
Well, like, I guess you need to market to the people who have the money.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, and I think they moved on from... Well, I think Zelda as well being a game that's targeted for more hardcore gamers. It is a harder game.
Yeah.
Zelda is... I've actually heard a complaint from a friend of mine. He bought a Switch, and he bought Zelda for his kids, and they're still quite struggling with it. So I do think that the advertisements, it's a lot harder for kids to get into maybe Breath of the Wild than other Nintendo games.
Oh, on the train track.
Let's get off
that immediately.
This is one of my favourite tracks as
Dude,
well.
this is really cool.
Yeah. So Super Bowl Subway.
Oh!
Right.
No! Ah! Go away, Toad. Worst. Ow. I think the NPCs are actually quite difficult to fight through.
Yeah. There are no slashes in these stages.
Okay, now there's a triangle.
Oh, that's great. It's actually the first time that's happened to me. Blue shell.
Yeah, and
Nice one.
It wasn't that bad. So I think blue shells used to be way more
Punishing.
potent and punishing. Yeah.
Oh, even hitting the train isn't as punishing as like some of the
No.
64 maps or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly right. And so,
Oh!
in particular, what was really known about that was Toad's Turnpike.
Yeah,
Which has been
yeah. You get hit one car and then you hit the next car and then you're done.
Yeah.
So has it been improved in this version?
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's not as many cars on the road. I think it's much a wider track as well, so it's a lot fairer. I think it's got to take into account because there's 12 players on the map as opposed to 8 as well. You do a lot of the tracks feel quite expansive.
Also, hitting the wall doesn't interrupt your drift.
No, it doesn't.
Like, I remember I used to hit the wall and then it would just interrupt it and then almost bring you to a stop.
Yeah.
Well, this just lets you keep going. It's pretty a lot more forgiving.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, I got my 1 win.
This is the final track.
Wow!
Big Blue. I think it's a bit fitting track.
So this is where you go before you go to Galaxies?
No, this is a F-Zero theme.
Oh, okay.
As you can hear from the F-Zero music. And so if you go over these pads, you get coins.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
Okay.
you load up with coins. So they're boost pads in the F-Zero franchise.
Yeah, my mistake. I tend to overcook my drift and then it just sends me off the
Yeah,
it sends me off the track.
you gotta be careful. Here we go. That's good.
Keep away from the screenshots.
So this is also a 3-part track, so nothing but beats.
Nice. I like those ones.
Yeah, I enjoy those as well.
Oh.
Bit of funky sax going on.
Yeah, Kenny G.
I like this one very much.
Yeah, this map has a real overwhelming sense
Whoa.
of speed. It's very much like,
Flows really well too.
yeah.
Oh.
Here we come, need to go.
Oh. Dude, you could just park yourself on that thing and
Collect up to 10 coins.
yeah. Because I just wiped out on one. I went with a red shell. I just got 10 coins immediately. Like badass.
Yeah, which is cool. So the coins in Mario Kart increase your top speed that you can go. Oh, this is so
Oh,
What is this?
even with all that.
nice.
Damn! Got it for me at the end.
It doesn't take that long to get back into it, you know? Like, I
No.
haven't played a console Mario Kart for... Well, the last one I played was the SNES version.
Yeah, I mean, we've, you know, in the, how long have we been on for? In the hour and a half or so that we've been on,
Mm.
it's, you know, we've been able to do quite a lot and play a lot of the game.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely very exciting in terms of that.
Well, I think that's probably a good spot to
Yeah,
to leave it.
to
I
leave
think.
it on. Yeah,
This has been Pixel Sift Plays. Adam has a podcast. It's called Red Coin. You can also listen to Adam if you like Survivor as
yes,
well.
that's the Australian Survivor Community Podcast. If you
Yeah.
watch that show,
He's a big man in the Survivor.
I'm gonna start listening to that.
you should.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
go
I know
check out the
I know
show.
nothing about Survivor. I'm gonna consume Survivor through your podcast.
Exactly.
Sounds like a good way to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. We do this pretty much every week. Next week we're going to have another Let's Play on Thursday evening. To be determined what we'll be playing. Maybe we might even be playing a bit of the original StarCraft.
Yeah.
Seeing as that's now been re-released. Or we may be playing an Australian indie game. And every other fortnight we are doing episodes of the show where we interview independent game developers and people from the game industry. Like our next guest, Dr. Jennifer Hazel from checkpoint.org, which is a gaming and mental health organization. So Jennifer Hazel will be on with us next Thursday. Adam, thanks for joining us. Thanks for bringing in your Switch.
Thank you very much, guys. It's been an honour to show you the greatest game on Nintendo Switch so far.
Really?
And for me,
So
Mario
far.
Kart, so far, until Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been really.
Well, we'll get you back in for that.
Yes,
Come
please
back
do.
on.
Please do.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks a lot.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.